What's good everyone, Shirt here, and today I'm bringing you guys a new video. And yes, I know I've been lacking. It's been about a month and a half, no video, and I was supposed to stay on top of it. So to be honest, it was only really supposed to be about 3 weeks, maybe 4, so maximum a month. These last couple of weeks have just been me trying to get everything together, but initially I was supposed to take around about a few weeks or a month off to be able to do my exams. Obviously exams are important, especially medicine exams as well. But you're not here for that. You're not here. Doctors, yeah, they save people's lives, but you know what's important? Activating Cyframe Gear Gamma when your opponent tries to VFD you. That's the true thing that will save humanity, and that's the true thing that will get humanity out of the crisis it is currently facing. Cyframe Gear Gamma. Who needs a vaccine when you have Cyframe Gear Gamma? And yes, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I do have a new mic. I actually have a new mic. I hope the audio is much better, and yeah, this is the first time I'm actually getting to use it for a video as well. Like I got it like more than a month and a half ago, but I haven't had the chance to use it yet. So I hope the audio is much better now. So this is just going to be Necroz against some of the current decks in the meta, or some of the current decks in the format. This first one right here is against Drytron. This is from a while back. That's why right now I only have about 200 rating. Playing against somebody who has 600, but it was from a month ago or so. So this is kind of like when the ratings reset. But yeah, this is a duel against Drytron. So we have Ritual against Drytron isn't a ritual deck. Anybody who says Drytron is a ritual deck, I will trish you on your turn 1, on your turn 2, and on your turn 3, okay? Drytron is not a ritual deck. Drytron takes advantage of ritual monsters. I honestly really dislike Drytron. I don't know, you guys will probably see on my community post how much I actually dislike Drytron. Drytron Virtual, I'm not the biggest fan of both the current decks because they're just very, very oppressive. Like, yeah, combo's oppressive, but I feel like combo, for example, like Dragon Link, was a bit easier to deal with. Drytron and Virtual World, really not a fan, and hopefully the big boy VFD and some form of hit to Ben 10 or some form of hit to Drytron happens. I actually don't mind Eldritch though, because I play Denko Sekka in the side deck, and summoning Denko Sekka is still one of my favourite things to do. Okay, so let's get right into the duel. Like I said, against Drytron, let's just get straight into it. So he wins the rock paper scissors, I'm pretty sure, so he's gonna get the pick to go first, definitely. I've opened Ash, double Extrav, Closeless Prep. The double Extrav is a bit air, but the Ash is good, obviously. So he's going to activate Prep, and I'm going to be like, okay, so he has Ben 10. Then he's going to go for Nova. I don't think I Ash here. I feel like ashing Nova is probably the best thing. If you're gonna ash something, I think Nova's good. You see, I ashed Cyber Emergency. I don't think that was a good play. This is when the deck was more relatively new, so I didn't actually know what to ash. I think nowadays I'd ash Dawn Knight, but yeah, I really should have ashed Nova. I don't know why I didn't ash. Why I went and ashed Emergency. Like, it just doesn't make sense. Nova's better. But he's gonna use summon Link Karibo and then use Zeta to tribute Ben 10 to be able to summon itself out. Now here we go. Ben 10 search. And he's going to add the Manju, and he's going to add the Meteonis, and then he's going to summon Relinquish, and here we go, he summoned Union Carrier, and he goes Dawn Knight, and then he's going to activate Meteonis, I'm pretty sure. Oh no, Fafnir first for Nova, and then Meteonis to tribute the Union Carrier. And here would have been a very good time to ash. It would have been a decent time to ash to stop the Dawn Knight, to stop more advantage happening. So he's going to tribute, he's going to send Alpha here, and then normal summon Manju. He's going to add the Ben 10. And we're going to see Ben 10 tribute, and he's going to summon Alpha. He's opened full combo, and I opened Ash, but I used it very badly, to be honest. So he's got Ava now. Honestly, Drytron, just so oppressive, especially with Ava just being able to, it's not just the Herald, it's just, okay, so you have to deal with the on-field, but even if you deal with on-field, its effects in the hand as well, it's just not it whatsoever, to be honest. And like, everyone can be happy, yeah, ritual decks are making a comeback, but it's just not a ritual deck. Like, what's Drytron's boss monster? Is it the big one that attacks everything? Is it the one that destroys? No, it's not. It's Herald of Ultimateness. It doesn't even have Drytron in its name. Like with Necroz, at least Necroz in their prime used Necroz of Trishula, used Necroz of Valkyrie as Gungate. It was a whole Necroz. It was pure Necroz. But this, I'm not a fan whatsoever. So yeah, he's going to summon Herald, and honestly, not too good. IP as well, so that's probably for the Nightmare Unicorn play in my turn. He's going to summon Almirage as well for protection. So I'm going to, and here we go. Typical, we draw Droll and Lockbird as the 6th card after he goes full combo, but We're going to go with Extravagance here. I'm going to see if he does, he's going to use Herald to negate that, getting rid of Ava. And then I'm honest, I'm just going to admit defeat. Like, what do you do at that point? Like, yeah, I do play a go second deck, but if you're going to draw and Lockbird as your 6th card, open double Extravagance, and just against Ultimateness with Ava in hand, and it's just not doable. It's just really not doable. So again, I'm going to pick to go second here. I'm sure he's pretty surprised. We open draw and Meister, which is beautiful. Like, generally, you want to see 2 free hand traps in your opening hand going second. It's the ideal play. So he's going to use Marjorie. He's going to add Benta. I'm pretty sure I'm going to hit him with Droll here. So really good against the Drytron. Really good against Necroz matchup. And that's another reason why I want Drytron out the meta. So people stop playing Droll, because Droll is just so killer. I feel like this format is really, like, obviously not on purpose, but it's really anti-Necroz. Like, it really is anti-Necroz. Just because of, like, Ghost Spell as well. Ghost Spell can hit any, I'm pretty sure Ghost Spell can hit any of the Kaleidoscope, Mirror or Cycle, which is horrific for us. But we draw into Ash as our 6th card. I mean, it doesn't really matter in this case, because obviously we've managed to Droll him, but I would have been pretty annoyed if I hadn't had the Droll there. So I draw Extravagance into Extravagance. As you can see, my luck in this game is brilliant as always. So we're going to normal summon Manju, we're going to add a Kaleidoscope here, and then I'm going to go Prep. I hate using Prep when I don't have a Ritual Spell in Graveyard. It just feels so wrong to me, but you got to do what you got to do, I guess. So I'm going to add the Unicorn, activate Kaleidoscope, I'm going to send the Herald, and I'm going to summon the Unicorn out. Herald effect to add the Brio. Just typical play here from Nekroz. So I'm going to attack over the Manju with Unicorn. I think I'll make Abyss Dweller here, because I think Abyss Dweller is really good against Drytron. Like, it just stops Benten, it stops everything. Moving it to this zone to play around Geo as well, because we don't want that Abyss Dweller being stolen. I generally put most things in this zone nowadays, even though Geo isn't that common. But yeah, I don't know why I guess he didn't really see my deck, but Hobby's Forever Duster does literally nothing, so it's a dead card in hand. Here we go in the standby phase, going to use the Dweller. He's going to tribute Benten, summon Zeta, add Meteorness. Benten doesn't get her effect, which is great for us. He's a normal Ava. I think he's going to make Lyrilusk and go for Zeus here. But Zeus, honestly, another really good thing is I have a really good Zodiac matchup, because you just activate Kaleidoscope and with Unicorn hand, that's an instant out to Zeus, because you just send Elder and then you pop the Zeus, and the Zeus can't use its effect because Unicorn negates it. So it's really fun. I really enjoy playing against Eldritch, Zodiac Eldritch. Like, those generally are our best matchups this game. Draw another Ash, as you can see. Our luck continues. I'm going to detach, and I'm going to use Extravagance here. So I'm going to banish 6 and draw 2 Meisters. We've got double Ash, double Meister, but we have got Engine, we have got Brio, we've got Colossus, we've got Mirror. So I'm going to Kaleidoscope here. I'm going to send Brio, and I'm going to add the Unicorn. I'm going to activate Kaleidoscope, and I'm going to send, he's going to use Zeus here for whatever reason, just to get rid of the Dweller, but I'm fine with that. I don't really mind. It wasn't doing much anyways. It was just a 700 body. So here we go. See, send Elden and then pop Zeus. I'm thinking I could go for Trish instead, but I felt like I have hand traps in hand, and I didn't feel like there was a need. I think I could have gone for Trish, actually. I feel like Trish might have been the better play to send Herald. Maybe if he hand trapped it, then I wouldn't be able to go around Zeus, so it was kind of a bit more risky. Either way, I'm going to normal summon Skullmeister here just to get in for 4k damage. So not looking too bad. So he's going to be able to play, but I got Ash and Meister. So he's going to tribute to bring back Zeta, and then he's going to normal summon Dawn Knight. He's going to send 2 to summon Union Carrier. I'm going to use Skullmeister, and he's going to admit defeat there, because his Union Carrier didn't have its effect, and he just didn't have the resources to really play through that at that moment in time. So he's going to admit defeat there. We're going to go on to game 3. Again, I'm going second for the 3rd game. I mean, I'm happy. I generally want to go second. Going first, we don't do much. Open Ash and Meister, which is great. He's going to use Prep. I'm going to Ash the Prep. I don't think in this case, considering his hand, Ash and Prep was too bad, because it stopped him getting access to Benten. So he's going to normal summon Ava. He's going to go for Union Carrier. He's going to use Union Carrier, equip Dawn. I've got the Meister for Dawn though, which is beautiful here. He's going to use Meteornus to summon Natasha, and then I'm going to, or Natasha, however you say it. So then I'm going to use Skullmeister, and pretty much I can Trish him here. I can summon Unicorn. I think this is going to be game probably. So we're going to go for Kaleidoscope. I'm going to send Herald, summon Unicorn, and then we're going to get Herald's effect and Mirror, and then we're going to discard Brio to Sure it, probably the best play there. And then we can also chain block as well, which is good. So we're going to use summon summon Trishula. He's going to draw a card, he's going to admit defeat, because I literally get rid of the only card in his hand, the Natasha from his field, and I'm going to get rid of probably his Meteornus from the graveyard there. So overall really good. We lost the first game, and you kind of do also lose if you don't open very well, like you don't open the hand trap. So Dark Runner no more is really strong against Drytron, but yeah, I mean, going second is fine as long as you're playing the right amount of hand traps, the right amount of go second cards. But sometimes you can get really unlucky and it's just auto lose, to be honest. But either way, even if we had picked to go first there, which we couldn't have because he won the rock paper scissors. So overall, we managed to beat Drytron here. It is quite hard. Like I want to tell you guys the truth. It is quite hard to beat Drytron. Like, it's not impossible with Nekroz. It is quite hard, though. It's one of the harder matchups, definitely. But not many people are playing it anymore. I feel like loads of people are playing it when Genesis Impact first dropped, especially on Dueling Book, and then nowadays people aren't playing it. I don't even see Virtual too much, but then again, you know how Dueling Book is. There's a lot of random decks going around. So I hope you guys enjoyed the first duel, but I've got three in total, so I've got 2 more for you. So let's get into the next one. So the next one is going to be a duel against Striker, I think. Okay, so on to match number 2. I've actually got 3 matches here for you guys, so it's your lucky day. I guess does it make up for not uploading for a month and a half? I'm not too sure. I'm sorry, guys. Once again, I'm sorry. But before I start going on about that, let's get into this duel. So this is against Sky Striker. Nekroz actually has a pretty good Sky Striker matchup, to be honest. Like, it's once again, like Eldritch, just one of our better matchups this format. To be honest, a lot of people are still playing it. So this is actually against one of the top 200 on the site or so. So not too bad. I wouldn't exactly call it high rated, but one of the top 200 is quite decent, and this is where with me at 543 rated now. To be honest, you can't really get higher than... I think I've hit like nearly 700 this format, but I really can't get any higher just solely playing Necroz, because once you get to like 700 rated, it gets to a point where you start playing against some of the top players on Dueling Book, so those at like 1000 plus rating, and they're playing the best decks. And we already have a problem playing against the best decks in general, never mind when the best players are playing the best decks. And it's just a bit long, but to be honest, I love Necroz. I win more than half of the time, which is enough for me. So I'm going to carry on playing this deck even when it's 2025 and the deck is 10 years old, to be honest. And hopefully I'll still be making videos for you guys by then as well. So let's get into the duel here. So once again against Striker. So he won the dice roll or the rock, paper, scissors, and he's going to pick to go second. So I know it's either Striker or Dino. But I just don't have a play here. Like, I can normal send you, but I just don't have like a way to get to Unicorn or Dweller or anything. So I'm just gonna, and I drew double Ash as well, which isn't the nicest. And then Gamma Seal going first just doesn't do anything. So I'm glad that he's playing Striker here, because if it was against Dino, then Dino would have OTK'd me like 100%. So he's going to use Area Zero. I make a horrible play here. He uses Area Zero. I Ash Area Zero. The reason is because I just lost 2 games. I was a bit tired. And then I got matched against somebody nearly 1000 rated, which hasn't happened since like last format. And I was like, oh, come on. So I wasn't really in the right headspace there. So I Ash the Area Zero, which is a big mistake, because now he can just go multi-roll, pop Area Zero, and then he can just summon Ray from deck. So big mistake from me, to be honest. Multi-roll, just ashing anything else would have been better. But now he's going to summon Ray. After summoning Ray, he's going to attack with it, and I get full advantage. He's going to summon Hayate. Hayate's going to attack me directly, and then Hayate's going to use its effect to send Widow Anchor to graveyard, and then he's going to summon Kagari. You know the Sky Striker, just one monster after the other, just basically activating Engage, but going the long way about it, having to use like 4 different monsters. But with Engage Ban, what do you expect? Engage, I remember playing against Sky Striker. I didn't play much back then, but like the 1 or 2 times when I played, I was just like, why have you got 9 cards in your hand, and why is this happening? But Shiz is going to use its effect now. So he can add Sky Strike spell from his deck to his hand. So he has Hornet Drones for his follow-up. So here I'm going to use the Gamma Seal, which is obviously good because it turns off his back row. And I'm going to normal summon Senju, and I'm going to get Colossus. Oh no, I'm going to go Brio so I can set up my graveyard a little bit. So I'm going to discard Brio, I'm going to get Colossus. I'm going to discard Colossus, I'm going to get Mirror. And then activate Mirror, Tribute Shurret, Special Summon Trishula, and then Chainlink 1 Trish, Chainlink 2 Shurret. So I'm going to be able to chain block in case he had Strike. So I had Brio for follow-up, and then Trish is going to get rid of multi-roll Ray, and I'm going to hit a random back row. Oh no, card out of hand, sorry. So I hit Widow Anchor. If I had hit Hornet Drones, it would have been much better, but I'm not going to attack. I said here I would attack, but kind of makes your cards live, which is true, obviously. So I'm just going to end my turn, and to be honest, he can't do anything because Hornet Drones can't activate if Gamma Seal's in the main monster zone. So he's just going to attack. He's going to set here. He's going to set droplets here. But this metaverse is going to be my downfall, to be honest. So I haven't got too much to do here. So I think I'm gonna discard Brio and get Unicorn, so I'm still gonna be able to go for this play. Right, this is where I activate Kaleidoscope, and this is where he's a really good place. He's gonna activate Metaverse, Mystic Mind. So now I have to summon Unicorn, then make myself susceptible to mine. I send Elder instead of Herald to save my Heralds, and then I'm gonna link away to Nightmare Cerberus, thinking I'm clever, so I can play around mine. I'm gonna attack into the Gamma Seal to try and put him under mine. He's gonna use Forbidden Droplet, which is gonna once again put me under mine. So we're just playing around mine, each of us. And to be honest, now I've just got an Ashen Cerberus, and it's really not looking good for me. So he's going to use Hornet Drones, and he's just going to go full combo here. Or I don't know if you can call Sky Strike this a combo, but to an extent combo. So Kagari adds back Hornet Drones, and then he's going to go Hayate. Hayate's going to attack me directly. So still pretty low on life points right now. Hayate sends Ray, so he's got his advantage back from what I got rid of Trish. He's got Cosmic face down and Droplet face down, so this is just not looking good. He activates Afterburner, now I'm under mine. I draw Marju and there's nothing I can do, so I'm just going to admit defeat there. We're going to go on to game 2 here. I make him go first. Alright, this is a funny game. Watch this, guys. So look, he just ends his turn, and I'm just like, well, if you're going to end your turn, then why do I have to do I end my turn? And then once again he just ends his turn. He's got no raise. I guess he could try and hit it, but there's no point. He knows there's no point against Necroz. So here I'm just going to take advantage of the situation. I'm going to use Extravagance, and to be honest, this Cold Buy is beautiful. This Cold Buy is really good. So I'm going to use Cold Buy. To be honest, guys, anytime I draw Cold Buy in Necroz, anytime I draw Cold Buy, I honestly win. Like, there's a direct correlation there. Direct correlation. So I'm going to normal summon Mondra, and this is kind of like the OTK play you can do. It's really convoluted, and it requires quite a few resources, but it's perfect for situations like this. So I send Herald, I summon Unicorn, and basically what you do is you summon Unicorn, Manju, Brio, Trish, and then that's enough to push for 8k damage. So Preparation is going to add the Colossus and add the Kaleidoscope back from Graveyard. And I'm going to discard Brio, and I'm going to get Shuret. And then I'm going to be able to cycle back the Brio Tribute and Shuret, and then Shuret will get a search. So Brio and then Shuret effect to add the Trish. And then Colossus will get Mirror. And then I'll activate Mirror and summon the Trish, and that's more than 8k damage. So this should be game here, provided he doesn't play Gauze in 2021. So he's going to end this. He's going to admit defeat there. So we're moving on to game 3. So quite the first game, he kind of just outplayed me with my mind. Second game, I feel like he got too comfortable and didn't expect me to be able to OTK. But here I'm going to have to go first, and I'm pretty sure you guys know what's going to happen. I'm just going to be like, yeah, I passed. Feel free to play. So he's going to go for it because he's got Ray and Rose, so he might as well get his full advantage out of it, shouldn't he? And then, by the way, I don't play Valk anymore, so that's why I didn't discard Brio to get Valk. I'll explain that in an upcoming video, but I don't play Valk anymore. Like, it's just not working in this current format. It just doesn't do anything, especially with its clashing with Extravagance. But Hayate's going to attack me directly, just getting full advantage here. He's honestly setting up really well, and he has like 3 interruptions up here for my next turn, so it's not looking too good for me, to be honest. So Kagari here, Kagari is going to add the Area Zero back, and then he's going to activate Area Zero, just full advantage, but luckily he doesn't hit off of the Area Zero, which is honestly a bit of silver lining with all of this. So I think he's going to go for Zeke here to clear up his main monster zone, and then turn Zeke into Shiz. And then Shiz will be able to get a search in the end phase, so not too bad. I've got the Duster though, which is honestly great for his back row. Shame he has a Solemn Judgment though to stop that. So Reinforcement of the Army. So I'm going to activate the Harpy's Feather Duster. I'm going to destroy everything. I'm not, because he has Solemn Judgment. I'm going to activate Reinforcement of the Army. I'm going to get Shuret. And then can I play through this? Can I play through Judgment, Called by the Grave, and Ghost Spell? Do you think I can? I mean, normally under normal circumstances, I don't think it's too doable for Necroz. 3 interruptions is quite insane. So he's going to use Called by on Brio, which does hurt, I have to admit. But here I'm going to go for Mirror, Tribute Shuret. He's gonna bell the what do you call it? He's gonna bell the Mirror. So he's interrupted me three times, but I have the perfect last 3 cards to get through this. I use Kaleidoscope, Tribute Shuret, summon Trish, and then chain link 1 Trish, chain link 2 Shuret. I get Brion. Because he judgmented, I've got like literally nearly exactly game, just 100 over game to be able to win this. So I banish Ray, Shiz, and Afterburner. I attack him directly, and that's me taking the game somehow. I really didn't think I was going to win this one. He said he misplayed. The reason he said he misplayed is he shouldn't have searched off Shiz, because that would have mean Trish wouldn't have been live after he belled, which is a good play, to be fair to him. It is a good play, but I mean, to be fair, it's such an intricacy, and like Trish is such a 2015 card, so I'm not surprised. I don't think he flew by any means, to be honest. Like he happens. I'm shook I won that. Yeah, I really was shook I won that. But yeah, this was me against Sky Striker. Once again, one of our better matchups. And yeah, it was just, I think it was a really fun duel, like especially that second game where it was just kind of the mind games and just the pass. Okay, you're gonna do anything, I'm gonna do anything. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that. And like I said, there's 3, so you guys got one more, so you're lucky day. So let's get into the next one now. Right, okay, so we're playing against a control deck now. So we played against combo, I guess Sky Striker's control, but we're playing against Shaddoll Trap. Shaddoll Trap's Shaddoll Trap's is kind of new deck that's come out the recent format. People discovered it when traps were starting to get a bit more traction. But yeah, Shaddoll Trap is not a bad deck by any means. So yeah, I think it's just a good mix. So Drytron with their combos, Sky Striker with kind of combos and control, and then pretty much pure control with Shaddoll Trap. But yeah, we just got to remind Shaddoll, do they remember Duelist Alliance format? Do they remember what the top deck was? Just because you guys have got a new structure deck, and just because you guys stole Ariel and turned her 10 times better than the Necroz Ariel, doesn't mean Necroz are going to let you live. So let's see how this duel goes down. So I think here he wins the rock, paper, scissors, so he decides to go first. I'm not too sure, to be honest, either way, because if I had won, I would have chosen to go second. I've got an evenly matched here, which is honestly a great card for this matchup. I think I was only playing 2 at this point. My build has changed quite a lot throughout these duels. So I've got 573 rating here. He's got 928, so pretty high rated again. I think he was in like the top 300 again, just like the other player. So I'm going to use Extrav here. Extrav is a brilliant card in Necroz. I prefer it over Prosperity, to be honest. I just feel like Necroz needs as many cards as possible, to be honest. He's going to use Shadow Games. I'm going to use Ash for that, which I think is a good play. And I'm going to go for Evenly to banish 1, because I'm thinking maybe I can go for Trishan and get rid of all his cards. So I'm going to normal summon Manju, and I'm going to get Colossalus. I'm going to discard Colossalus to get Kaleidoscope for next turn. I'm going to discard Brio. Oh no, I'm going to discard to get Kaleidoscope because I can summon Unicorn and summon Trishula during this play. So I'm going to send Herald. I'm going to summon Unicorn, and then Herald's effect add Trish, and then activate Necroz Mirror. Gonna summon the Trishula. Oh, he's gonna go for Trap Trick here, which is interesting. So he's gonna banish Dogmatic Punishment, but that's not gonna do much because he's still gonna have 1 on hand, field, and graveyard. He's just gonna be able to destroy one of my cards. So he targets Unicorn, so I can't Abyss Dweller him, which would have literally been game. So he destroys the Unicorn, but the Trish gets to banish Apcalone, and obviously with new rulings, Apcalone isn't gonna get its effect because it's not in the graveyard anymore, so it wasn't sent to the graveyard, sort of. So I feel like that's just like really good. Don't get Apcalone with new rulings. That's just, I said it in chat just to make sure. So I'm going to end turn. He's going to draw Ciphering Gear Gamma. I'm going to get Unicorn. I'm just going to attack directly here. Shaddoll don't have too much of combat when they like literally have 0 resources. So he's got Shaddoll Fusion, and Shaddoll Fusion is pretty useless against Necroz. Like, it's a rare occurrence for me to have a monster from the extra deck. So I'm going to sign in all my I'm going to win game 1, which is rare. I didn't win game 1 in the other 2 matches, but I won game 1 here. And here we go. The only, this is a proper throwback to Duelist Alliance format. Denko is beautiful, so he makes me go first, which is interesting. So I'm going to banish 6 with Extravagance. I'm going to draw Colossalus and Manju. So I think I'm going to go for Abyss Dweller here, because I think it's the best. I didn't know he was playing Dogmatica as well at this point. I feel like Dogmatica Shaddoll is a weird mix, but it seems pretty popular, to be honest. So I'm going to send Herald. I'm going to summon Unicorn. He hasn't got any interruption, so I'm just going to be able to play free here. I'm going to summon Dweller and just pass. I'm going to use Dweller in standby. So he's going to use Nadir Servant, so he's not going to be able to get like an Elder effect or a Titanic Clad effect, so not too bad, that Dweller. But here he's going to go for Ecclesia, so he's going to be able to just special it because I've got Dweller. And then Ecclesia adds punishment, so he's just going to set 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know why he set 7. I guess he was just trying to scare me. But here we go. I draw evenly, which is great. It would have been amazing against this, to be honest, because Waking Dragon doesn't even get its effect from evenly. But we don't need evenly. Why get rid of the cards when you can just make them? You can just basically stop your opponent from activating spells and traps. So I managed to, I draw Prep and Ash, which is beautiful. I know summon Denko, and I'm like, K, and I'm really smug here because I know he hasn't got a Judgment. I just know he hasn't. He's like, ha ha ha, which, I mean, Denko, nobody sees it coming. Not a single trap deck sees it coming, and that's why I really enjoy playing against trap decks because I get to use one of my favourite cards ever, Denkosek. So here I just get to go off now. I use Preparation of Rites. I can literally just play free because all his traps are turned off, which is just, oh, it's just so beautiful. Definitely one of my favourite games I've actually played this for. I'm going to use Dweller just in case that set monster is a Shaddoll and has an effect. So I'm going to use it. Plus it's going to have no effect anyways because of Unicorn. So Unicorn's going to pop the face down. It's another Ecclesia, good for me to be honest. And then I'm going to discard Brio. I'm going to get Decisive Armor, which I'm playing now instead of Valk. I know, but functionally it does the same thing as Valk. It protects your Unicorn by boosting its attack points, so it can help you get over Dragoon. It's really good against back row decks, and it's really good against Dragoon and just high level monsters. Like, it actually works. Shame is, like all the big Necroz monsters, drawing it in the opening hand kind of sucks, but I feel like 10 Necroz names is good, and generally you're playing against combo, you can side this out as well, so it gives you a bit more room with the side deck and flexibility. So it's much better than Valk, given the current format, to be honest. Normally Valk is the better card, but with the current format, taking into account it's, it's 2021, Decisive Armor is just coming in clutch here. I don't use Decisive Armor's effect because I don't see the point, because all his cards are turned off and I don't want him to be able to activate spells and traps. I stupidly attack with Abyss Dweller here, even though Ecclesia can't be destroyed by battles with a monster special from the extra deck. The thing is, it doesn't really matter because I didn't have game here anyways, so it's just a difference of 1700. I attack again because I can't read. Typical Yu-Gi-Oh player. Denko attacks instead, and then Unicorn and Decisive Armor get in for a lot of damage here. But as you can see, he would have still had 700 life points left, and there's no point going into Cowboy because for one, I've got no extra deck. And I wanted to tell you guys something actually. You see how I sent this Elder? This Elder was the last card in my extra deck. This is why I play free Elder and free Herald, because it happens so many times where you resolve Extravagance twice and you still have a target for Unicorn, and he was just like, yeah, I think he said up here, Elder effect, yeah. He was just full sack, to be honest. It was the perfect card to be left in the extra deck. But just going on, he draws into Trap Trick and he's just going to admit defeat, because what can you do? He can't even set it. He literally, even if he drew Shaddoll Fusion, that would have been pretty good, but he couldn't even use it because he literally, all his spells and traps are turned off. Like, that is the power of Denko Sekka. Like, if you're playing a deck that doesn't care too much about its normal summon, really consider siding Denko Sekka, because yeah, it's a 2015 card, but it can literally also win against all these back row decks, and they really are popular nowadays because people haven't played traps in a long time. So people are taking advantage of the fact that they can play traps again, and obviously you want to punish them for that, and you just want to summon Denko Sekka, Danko Sekka, whatever you want to call her. Just beautiful card, absolutely love it. But I hope you guys have enjoyed the duels. We managed to beat Drytron, we managed to beat Striker, we managed to beat Shaddoll Trap, or Shaddoll Dogmatica Trap. But yeah, generally I think this format is quite hard for Necroz. I will be uploading some Necroz ranks soon. I hope I can showcase some sort of live duels, some duels where I actually lose them as well. I just want to show you guys like how it actually feels to truly play Necroz. I still think pure Necroz is the way to go because there's room for hand traps, there's room for go second cards, there's room for like evenly matched and stuff. And everything like that, whereas if you're playing like a Dogmatica version, you have really tight deck space, and you just kind of also lose to combo to an extent. So I think Pure Necroz is the way to go. I'm actually looking forward to a Red Bear being released. I feel like it will give the deck a boost, and it means I don't have to play Decisive Armor. It will give me another Necroz name. I feel like it will be helpful just to have a bit more like interaction with your opponent on their turn. So if you like Trish them and then Unicorn them, and then also a Red Bear for a monster to get, I feel like that's a lot stronger than just Unicorn or like Trish and Dweller. Trish and Dweller is really good though. If you like deplete your opponent of their resources, especially with like Drytron, like even Virtual to an extent, and Dino as well, if you just deplete them of resources, summon Dweller, generally you're going to win the game. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I will try to upload more frequently. I'm trying my best, guys. I hope you guys like the new mic quality. This has been Shurit, Banish Free.